What's up, y'all? I just got done watching those NBA games, and it was a great night of basketball. Shout out the NBA for just being able to make this happen, man. This is not easy, to have no positive tests and bring everybody together, for one goal and to, uh, you know, have a vision and execute it this well. Shout out to them for that. But to the games themselves, the first game was the Jazz and Pelicans, followed by the Clippers and Lakers. We'll talk about that one. But first, the Jazz Pelicans, that was a great game. It looked like the Pelicans were going to be able to pull that one out, but the Jazz really stepped it up in their second half. Mitchell made some great plays down the stretch, and they were able to pull it out. But the big takeaway from that was obviously Zion only playing 15 minutes, coming down to the last 4 or 5 minutes, and the Pelicans were maybe down 4. They really needed him out there, and then they decided to just keep him on the bench. I don't know. I do have an issue with that. I feel like, there's so many different things going on. Obviously, Zion was injured before, when the season came about. He came about midway toward the season, and they were kind of easing him into the season. I get that for sure. He's just coming back. The season's already ramped up. Like, ease him into that. But now we're in the situation where he went to training camp just like everybody else. He had the same 4 months off for coronavirus, just like everyone else. He's been practicing training. He had a little urgent family matter, and left for a little bit, but now he's back. Like, I don't see why. I don't get the 15 minutes. Like, if he was supposed to play, say his normal minutes is 30, 33 minutes, and you want to hold him to 28, 25 minutes because he just got back from, vacation, you want to call it. I get that, but 15 minutes? Why is Zion only playing 15 minutes? Why is he not able to come in the last 4 minutes of a game that you need, Who knows what would have happened if he was stayed in the game, but he was getting some buckets, some Zion buckets. He just too strong inside, and who knows what would have happened. So I'm really surprised by that. I can almost guarantee you, the Skip Baylesses and the Nick Wrights and all will be talking about it tomorrow because it really is the takeaway. Again, I think they could have won it. The Pelicans looked good during the game, but a lot of the reason why they looked good was Zion and Bi and some, but just surprised by that. Hopefully they can get to a point and by, the third or fourth game, he's able to play. It's time for Zion to play 30 minutes. Like, come on now. Like, he's too good of a player. Like, everyone wants to see him. Like, let the lion loose, let's see what he can do with the full game. So that's kind of really my takeaway from that game. But all right, now the Clippers and Lakers, that was just a great game. And, they got the crowd coming in, the fake crowd noises, and, they got the fake people in the audience. It's kind of funny to see all that. But the Clippers and Lakers game did not lack intensity. Both teams played hard. Both teams really wanted to win it. And I want to just kind of talk about the stars here because that game in reality doesn't mean too much. The Clippers didn't have Lou Will, Montrezl Harrell. The Lakers have pretty much wrapped up the 1 seed in the West already. But LeBron James, he struggled offensively, getting his buckets. But, that was probably the best defensive game. I don't think I've ever seen LeBron play that well in terms of just locking down one-on-one defense. Obviously, we all know what he did to Rose years ago. But I'm talking about like recent LeBron. He's had great defensive games and moments, but I'm talking about just in terms of locking down one-on-one. I don't know if he's had a game like that. There were 5+ possessions tonight where LeBron locked down Kawhi Leonard, like one-on-one basketball. Kawhi's not even able to get off a shot, and if he does, it's a tough shot that he missed. It was very impressive, and I honestly, I came away, maybe in the middle of the game, I was like, LeBron doesn't look as aggressive and good offensively, but you look at the totality of his game, the way he played defensively, LeBron had a great game. He had a great game, just not a great, scoring game, but he put the team on his back defensively, and I really didn't think he had that in him at his age in terms of just being able to do that throughout the entire game. So shout out LeBron for that. Also got to shout out Anthony Davis, though. I don't think a lot of people understand and know that Anthony Davis leads the team in points, leads the team in steals, leads the team in rebounds, leads the team in PER and a few other advanced metrics. And I bring it up to say, like, LeBron's having an MVP caliber season, but so is Anthony Davis. And you guys saw my story, like, it's a question. Is AD just as important to the Lakers' success? Because when you saw a game like last night when LeBron was struggling, AD was kind of putting the team on his back. He had a big 30-point night tonight too. So AD was great. On the Clippers side, again, Paul George and Kawhi both had good games, but didn't have Montrezl, didn't have Lou Williams. Not too much to say about the Clippers. I still think I would pick them versus the Lakers. It's so tough because now we've seen them play. It's 2-2. You can make arguments both ways, but I really do think that the Clippers' ability to slow down LeBron offensively. And again, they won this game and they won the previous game, but I just see that being an issue in terms of beating a 7-game series. I feel like LeBron's inability to be able to dominate, on the offensive end, that's going to really bite the Lakers. So, and I could be proven wrong on that. Again, the Lakers are a great team. I think they have a great chance to make the finals. So, not sure which way they go, but I'm just real excited. We got to watch basketball again. Again, great night of NBA basketball. The stars were out. Got to see them. It just felt good, and it didn't feel foreign again. Like it felt good. The only thing that's missing is just those really loud crowd reactions, I guess, and they try to do their best with that, but you're never going to get that. I think that the fake crowd noise is a good, supplement for what they can do. So let me know what y'all thought of tonight's games. Excited about tomorrow's games. Rockets and Mavericks should be a good one. James and Russ versus Luka, and appreciate y'all watching. All right.